Hello, everybody, and nice to see you. I'm Richard Osman. Welcome along to a brand new week on House of Games. I'm joined by four famous faces. Every time I press this buzzer, a new round comes up. I never know what it's going to be. They never know what it's going to be. What we do know is at the end of the week, one of them is going to walk away with this trophy. Now, our four players this week are Sir Matthew Pinsent, Ruby Bhogal, Ingrid Oliver, and Ed Byrne. Hello, everyone. Sir Matthew.
Yes.
I'm not going to call you Sir Matthew all week, surely.
You needn't.
What would happen to me if I didn't? You can't enforce it, can you?
No, it's a slightly odd sense. Well, I was told very early on, which I think is a good... you only change Mr. for Sir. So if you think of the number of times that Mr's used, it's sort of on bank statements and formal letters and, you know, the most formal way of writing.
Got you. I bet you use it when you're getting reservations for restaurants, though.
That does help.
Anyway, how are you at quizzing? We know you're competitive.
I am competitive, but I am a little worried about some areas of knowledge in all of these games. So, you know, but that's fine.
That sounds right up my street.
It's good. It's good to be taken down a peg or two.
Excellent, isn't it? Just Ruby, how nice to have you here from Bake Off to the House of Games. How are you feeling? Are you a quizzer?
Not particularly, so I might not be on the right show.
Gotcha.
But I'm here to have fun, so I'm very excited for that.
Ingrid, how lovely to have you here.
Hello.
Now, someone's going to win the trophy, OK? But at the end of each show, there is also a daily prize.
Yes.
Would you like to take a look at today's daily prize?
Yes, I'd love to.
Whoever wins today could be walking away with the House of Games. Oh, good gasp. Thank you.
Ooh.
I forget you're a trained actor. You've got the golf umbrella, there's the fondue set, the reusable coffee cup. That's one of our new green prizes, that one. We've got a compost bin later in the week. Cricket bats and plant pot. Anything you fancy there?
I am here for one reason and one reason only, and that's the fondue set. I could have just gone to the shops and bought one, but I've decided to come on a quiz show and answer.
I think it's perfect. If you win it, perhaps from tomorrow you just won't turn up.
Yeah, no, genuinely, that's all I'm here for.
I've got what I need. Exactly. Ed Byrne.
I'd like you to call me Sir. Thank you.
Sir Edward Byrne. Lord Byrne.
I like this. That has a ring to
Baron
it.
Byrne.
Yes.
Yeah, Baron Byrne. There you go, Baron Byrne. Who do you think your big rivals are this week?
Oh, well, I mean, it's got to be Pinsent, surely. You know, he's.
Not
Do you know,
me.
I'm
he's
thinking
won
four
15 gold medals.
4 gold medals. Has he got? I have a pointless trophy, and it took me 3 goes to get that. I don't have the competitive streak that one needs to be an Olympian.
I mean, you could almost, if you'd never met Ed before, believe that.
Yeah.
I know.
Couldn't you? But it's, doesn't quite hide it well enough.
Very careful.
Listen, we're going to be quizzing all week. Who fancies playing our first round?
Come on.
Yes,
Shall we?
let's do it.
OK, our first round this week is... Rhyme time. I will ask you 2 questions at a time. The answers rhyme with each other. Good luck, everyone. Fingers on buzzers, everyone. Here are your first 2 questions. Dodie Smith's fictional villain who tries to make Dalmatian coats. Timothy Dalton's final James Bond film in 1989. Yes, Ingrid.
Cruella de Vil, View to a Kill.
Cruella de Vil, A View to a Kill. Incorrect. Ruby.
Cruella de Vil, License to Kill.
Cruella de Vil, License to Kill. Correct answer. Well played.
Sorry.
Nicely done.
Very good, very good.
Next question. Wooden percussion instruments that rattle, and the capital of Venezuela. Yes, Ingrid.
Maracas, Caracas.
Maracas, Caracas. Well played. And that's a fun thing to say on a Monday. Maracas, Caracas.
Caracas.
Next questions. Who is this? And 90s British sitcom, Men... Yes, Ed.
Tony Hadley behaving badly.
It is. Well played, Ed. Nicely done. Oh, they're good, Matthew, aren't they?
I know. I can't. I'm just finding my feet.
Yeah, I hear you.
Come on,
I understand. Next question. Dating show presented by Cilla Black and Empress of Russia from 1762 until 1796. Yes, Ingrid.
Blind Date, Catherine the Great.
Blind Date, Catherine the Great. That's correct. It's gonna be a competitive week. Good. I like it. Next question. Who is this? And what is the title of this song?
Science, gonna be the witness to the ultimate test.
Ed.
Matt Hancock, One Night in Bangkok.
Correct. Well done. Matt Hancock, One Night in Bangkok.
I think
Murray
One
Head.
Night in Bangkok should be rhyming slang for Matt Hancock.
Next two questions. Cocktail consisting of champagne and orange juice. And Radio 4 panel show hosted by Andy Zaltzman since 2020. Yes, that is Ed.
Bucks Fizz and the News Quiz.
Bucks Fizz, the news quiz. Well played, Ed. Final question in this round. Who is this? And semi-aquatic South American snake of the boa family. Ed.
Jane Fonda and Anaconda.
Jane Fonda, Anaconda. Lovely end to the round for Ed. Nicely played. Let's take a look at our first scoreboard, shall we? A lot of action up the far end there, wasn't
Oh, gosh, it's all going on.
if you know what I mean. Here's how we stand. Matthew, keeping the watching brief. Ruby, you have 1. Ingrid, you have 2. Early leader, Ed Byrne with 4 points. Well played, Ed. Nicely done. Let's move straight along, shall we, and play round 2, which today is... distinctly average. Now, it's a pairs game. The player in last place gets to choose their partner. Unbelievably, that's you, Sir Matthew.
Is it?
Who would you like to play this with?
Well, it'd be foolish not to choose anyone other than Ed.
I mean, that's an Olympian right there, isn't it?
Come on.
So Ed and Matthew are 2. So Ingrid and Matthew, if you will swap places, please. Ingrid and Ruby, you are a team. Matthew and Ed, you're a team. Take your tablets out, please. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you a question. You need to write down an answer. There'll be a number. And I will take the average of each pair as their answer, OK? And whichever pair is closest scores themselves a point. Have a little go at this at home. Play by yourself or team up with somebody. Get an average. Your first question is this. Finally, someone's asked. How many islands are there in Sweden? How many islands are there in Sweden? That's according to the to Statistics Sweden, who I assume are some sort of official body in Sweden. Anyone been to Sweden?
Yes, I have.
You've been. Oh, interesting.
I've
Are you
been
saying
to
yes?
all 10,000 islands.
Okay.
I went island hopping in Sweden.
Yeah.
It took me 17 years.
What do you reckon at home on this one? Islands in Sweden. Everyone is locked in. Now, Ingrid, you've been to Sweden. Did that help you with this at all?
Not in the slightest.
Not in the slightest. I didn't think it would do.
Yeah.
So what's your thinking? 46.
46.
So 46
Yeah.
islands in Sweden. Ruby, up or down from 46?
I went down.
12 islands in Sweden. OK, so your average is
Yeah.
29 islands in Sweden.
Happy with that?
Ed looks like he might have gone bigger than that.
Oh, no.
Matthew, what are you saying?
I'm going for 175.
175, says Matthew, so up considerably. Ed, you gone even further?
Yes.
10,000.
That's considerably from yours. I've gone island crazy. I've said 400.
400 islands. So your average, Matthew and Ed, is 287.5. So what do you think at home? We've got 29, we've got 287. How many islands are there in Sweden, and who's got the point?
What?
When I...
OK.
Okay.
There was going, because it must be more than 12, surely.
Is the whole world just a Swedish island?
267,570. Someone just told me it's got the most islands of any country in the world. I didn't know that. Did anyone know that?
I did not know that.
thought
Clearly, none of us knew that.
Is that common? You were the closest to knowing it, and you were nowhere near knowing it. Very well done at home if you got anywhere close to that. You do get a point, though, Matthew and Ed.
Hooray.
Despite being 267,000 out. Here's your next question. In pounds, how much did a black dress famously worn by Audrey Hepburn in the film Breakfast at Tiffany's sell for at auction in 2006? Audrey Hepburn's black dress from Breakfast at Tiffany's, how much did that sell for in auction? OK, everyone is in. Matthew, what were you thinking here?
I've gone for 15,000.
£15,000, says Matthew. Ed, up or down from that?
I've gone a bit higher. I've gone 220,000.
I've gone a bit higher. That's almost £1 for every island there is in Sweden. So your average, Matthew and Ed, is £117,500. Ingrid, it's got to be one of the most iconic bits of movie costume.
Yes, I think I always, when clothes get sold, I always think, I'm always surprised how little they go for comparatively to what I would imagine. Still a lot, but so rather than millions, I put
Gotcha, 150,000. Ruby, what are you thinking, up or down?
Well, I went the other way now. I'm throwing all the numbers at it.
OK.
So I've gone very high. But I know how iconic she is.
You have gone high.
Yeah.
So 13 million and a bit.
Yes, and all the other numbers that I could think of.
So 150,000, just over 13 million there. So you have got 6,762,540 pounds plus VAT.
We are so close, aren't we? It's just...
Yes.
Where are you at home? What do you reckon on this one? Deeply iconic, but how much did it sell for, and which team has scored a point?
No.
£467,000. Matthew and Ed, you get yourself a point. Very well done.
I don't deserve one, really, for that. Miles away.
Quite how Pinsent has got himself 2 points in this round. It's absolutely extraordinary.
Choosing the right partner.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Choosing the right partner.
I think we can work out who was doing the rowing in that part.
Our boat is not going straight, that's for sure.
Final question in this round. What is the total number of pages in the Penguin Classics version of Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace? How many pages are there in War and Peace, the Penguin Classics version? Everyone is locked in. What do you think at home on this one? Ruby, what are you thinking here?
I've gone for this number.
Number.
Yeah, that doesn't look crazy.
Slightly longer than Lord of the Rings, I think. So that's what I was going for.
1,457 pages. Ingrid, you gone up or down?
I've gone slightly up with 2,500.
2,500. OK, so your average is 1,978.5 pages. Matthew, what are you thinking here?
Well, I'm very pleased that I'm in the ballpark compared to everyone else. Okay. I'm gone for 1,800.
1,800. Everyone thinking roughly the same here, which is, we know like a long book is 1,000, and this is like a long, long book, right?
Yeah.
Ed, what are you thinking?
See, I've gone low.
Oh.
I just think that Penguin, they just don't make the books that big. And they'll just make the typeface as small as possible.
Oh, okay.
They somehow squeeze it into 840 pages.
840. You're always thinking, isn't it?
Wear your reading glasses.
Your average is 1,320. I wouldn't like to call this. What do you think at home? So we're about 1,300 and we're round about 2,000. What is the total number of pages in War and Peace, and which team has won the final point of the round? 1,440, Matthew and Ed. Wow.
You got us that one. You got us that.
Unbelievable.
Oh, I was
You
close.
were literally
You were so
17
close.
pages off.
Well, I don't get a point, but I'll take that anyway.
Do you know what?
You get bragging rights.
Oh, I'm going to have to give you a point for that.
Oh,
Come on.
You're 17 pages off. You've got to. That is unbelievable. That's the end of that round. Tablets away, please. Matthew and Ingrid, if you'll swap back places, please. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Well played in that round. Somehow. This is a guy who gets it done. Let's take a look at what it's done to the scores. Ruby and Ingrid, you have 2 points each. Matthew, you got 3. 4-point lead. Ed Byrne with 7. Played Ed. 3 rounds to go before we find our first. Let's look at that.
That's why I didn't even clap.
Flex.
Didn't even clap for it.
Flex.
That's amazing.
That's the flexible man doing quizzes.
Can I give Ed an extra point for that? Because that is I'm told I can't, but I would do. That's so impressive.
I just like to know that I've intimidated you with that.
This, honestly, the whole air is full of musk. That's what we're getting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite strong.
I'm so sorry. If anyone needs some time out. Let's play next round, shall we? It is... This round is in code. OK, I'm going to give you a category first. And the first category is styles of shoe. What I'm going to do now is show you some styles of shoe, but all the names are written in code. The code is quite a simple one. A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, all the way down to Z equaling 26. But which are these shoes, please? Fingers on buzzers. Here's your first one. Yes, Ingrid.
Clog.
It is clog, well done. I got the CL, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
How long were you staring at it before you finally went, OK, I'm going to have to start counting?
Next shoe. Yes, Ingrid.
Brogue.
Brogue. Brogue, well played. Next shoe, next code. Ed.
Stiletto?
Nicely done. It is stiletto. Well played. Your next category is Shakespeare characters. Here's your first Shakespearean character. Yes, Ruby.
Hamlet?
It's incredible. Well done.
I just guessed. I just saw 6 and I was like, I'm going to go with that.
You'd have looked so impressive if that had been right. Yes, Ed.
Is it Juliet?
Oh, well played, Ed. It is Juliet. Nicely done. Next Shakespearean character. Ed.
Cleopatra coming at ya.
Cleopatra coming at ya. It is. Next Shakespearean character. Oh, hello. Ed.
Titus Andronicus.
Oh, very good. Very
it must
good.
be. Well done, Ed. Nicely played. Titus Andronicus. Next category. Gymnastics disciplines. OK. Oh, finally. Here's your first one. What discipline is this? Matthew.
Floor.
Oh, must be. It is floor. Nicely done. Next gymnastics discipline. Oh, there's none of the easy letters, like A's and B's in there, are there?
Oh, no, no. I'm just going to rule myself out already. That is not the one. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice to have you buzzing in, though.
Thank you.
Ed.
Pommel horse?
Oh, it's good.
Pommel horse. Nice. And the final question in this round. Matthew.
Parallel bars?
It is parallel bars. Well played. Let's take a look at the scores at the end of round 3. Another good round for Ed. Look at this. Ruby with 2, Ingrid 4, Matthew 5, Ed. He's got a 7-point lead with 12.
Can't help myself.
Please try.
Next round is... Where is Kazakhstan? I wonder if you could take your tablets out, please. I'm going to show you a map. And today, your map is this. Asia is your map today. And whoever can get closest to the following will get themselves some points. So the first thing I'd like you to find is the home stadium of the football club that Gary Lineker made his debut for in 1993. What is the answer, and then where is that place? Have a little go at home as well. Do you remember where Gary Lineker played in Asia? So everyone is locked in here. What do you think at home? Do you know the answer to this? Matthew, we will start with you. Did you know the answer to this?
I think it's Japan.
They do play football out there. Let's take a look at where you've gone. There you go. You're in Japan. So if that's the answer, you're somewhere close. Ruby, did you have an idea here?
Not the foggiest.
So where have you gone? Just in the middle. China. Ingrid, did you have a clue?
I vaguely also, like Matthew, thought it might be Japan.
That is also Japan. And Ed, what were you thinking?
I had no idea, but I'm really pleased I went for Japan.
Ah, here you go. You and Ingrid exactly the same place there. OK, you used to play... Is it Grampus 8 was the team? I think you said, but I don't know where that is. I assume it's not a place called Grampus. I'm being told it was Nagoya, which is in Japan. Let's take a look at where it is.
Oh, well done.
Oh, I'm going to give both of you a point for that. Ingrid and Ed get themselves a point. Nicely done. Nagoya in Japan. Very well done if you knew that at home. The next thing I would like you to find is this. The UNESCO World Heritage Site of Xanadu. Ooh. Is it just me? I wasn't aware that was real.
No.
I was actually listening to that very track just yesterday.
I mean, it's a banger.
It is a banger.
That's for sure.
It's not going to help me with this, but...
No, they don't mention the coordinates, do they, in the chorus? What do you think? Where is Xanadu? Everyone is in. So, the question, Ruby, we're all asking, I'm not entirely sure if any of us have the answer, but where is Xanadu? Do you have any knowledge on this?
No, I just closed my eyes and just pressed down, so...
So you are sort of Thailand-y? Doesn't sound crazy, because Xanadu does sound like the name of a club. So maybe that's what we're looking for. Ingrid, did you know Xanadu was real?
No, but I've got a weird thing in my head that about Nepal, and I don't know why.
Interesting.
So either I'm completely wrong, and that's me, my brain.
Interesting.
And I hope I've also got Nepal on the map, because I'm not sure entirely where it is.
You are in Nepal.
Is that...
Wow.
Nice.
Talk about finding Nepal. That's amazing. Ed, what were you thinking?
I don't know where Xanadu is.
No.
I didn't even know it was a place.
Yeah.
And I don't know the name of the place I have selected.
Apart
so
from
I'm hoping those two
confidence.
will line up.
Yeah. You are sort of Borneo. I mean, listen, Xanadu could be there, right?
Could easily.
It's somewhere, Matthew, isn't it? What were you thinking?
I went for China for no other reason than why not?
Yeah, China, on the coast in China. So it is in China.
Oh,
It doesn't really narrow it down massively because it's big, isn't it? It's in Inner Mongolia, China.
Oh.
And let's see where it is and who's got the point. Matthew has got the point. Very well played. Nicely done.
What is
yeah, so there's a World Heritage Site, Xanadu, in
Is it a
China.
city?
Yeah, an ancient city in northern China, Inner Mongolia.
There we go.
There you go. Learn something new every day, don't we? Final question in this round. Can you find this, please? The host city of the 1988 Summer Olympics. Was that... that was one of yours, wasn't it?
Not quite,
Was it
but
not?
I watched it on telly. Very influential.
When was your...
92 was my first one.
Was it really? Your mate was there, though, was he?
He
88?
was.
Yeah. What do you think at home on this one? 1988 Summer Olympics. Where were they? OK, everyone is in. Ingrid, what were you thinking here?
I think it was Seoul, if I remember correctly. So I've gone for South Korea.
Yep, there you are in South Korea. Ed, what were you thinking?
I thought the exact same thing, but I was less certain about where South Korea was.
Okay.
But I'm quite relieved to see it's roughly where
Oh, OK.
Ingrid's gone.
Oh, same place
Yeah.
once again. Nicely done. Matthew, you can tell us the answer.
It was Seoul.
Seoul.
And
where's Seoul?
well, I've put it pretty much exactly
OK.
there, I think. I think we're all aligned.
I mean, listen, Ruby, I don't want to tell you which way the wind is blowing, but what are you
I
thinking?
guessed, funnily enough, didn't have a clue, and I guessed exactly where they all put it.
Goodness me. Excellent.
What
Let's
a
take a look.
great guess.
Yes.
Too good.
Now, this is, listen, my gig here, by and large, you have to ramp up a bit of jeopardy. And these things like who's going to get the points. Two things that are unhelpful. One, someone's 15 points ahead anyway. And two, all four of you put it in the same place. It is Seoul. Is that where Seoul is? Imagine if it wasn't. Point for everybody. Look at that.
Finally.
The dots just disappearing underneath the brilliant answers. Well played, everyone. Tablets away. That's the end of that round. We have one final round to go on Monday's House of Games. Let's take a look at the scores leading into it. High scoring from everyone. This one, Ruby, you've got 3. Ingrid, you have 6. Matthew, you've got 7. I've seen a 6-point lead be lost in the final round. I've never seen a 7-point lead be lost.
right.
You never know, though. You never know.
Outside that margin of error.
Ed Byrne, 14 points. Well played, Ed. And our final round, of course, is... Answer smash. Fingers on buzzers. Everybody, point for a correct answer, point off for an incorrect answer. Your first category is... animated characters. So there'll be a clue. There'll be an animated character beneath. Please smash them together. Here's your first one. Which character did Kit Harington play in Game of Thrones? Yes, Ingrid.
Jon Snow White.
Jon Snow White. Well played, Ingrid. Point to you. Next clue, next animated character. Which Johnny Cash song never reached the UK Top 40, but was the title of a 2005 compilation album? Yes, Ingrid.
Ring of Fire Man Sam.
Ring of Fireman Sam.
Of course
It is well done.
Brilliant.
Ring of Fireman Sam. Here's your next one. Which 80s sitcom featured 4 flatmates played by Dawn French, Jennifer Saunders, Tracy Ullman and Ruby Wax? Yes, Ed.
Girls on Top Cat.
Girls on Top Cat. Well played, Ed. Absolutely right. Girls on Top and Top Cat. Your next category is wild animals. So those will be the pictures. There'll be clues above. Which band had a 1983 UK #1 hit with Too Shy? Yes, Ed.
Kaji Goose.
That's a nice one. Kaja Goose. Well done. Kaja and Goose. Xanadu is real, and we've just all said Kaja Goose. What a day we're having. Next clue, next wild animal. What was Superman's birth name before he was sent to Earth? Yes, Ed.
Cal-Elephant.
Cal-Elephants? Is right. Kal-El and elephant. Next wild animal. Christopher Nolan received his first Oscar nomination for directing which 2000 film? Yes, Ingrid.
Mementoed.
Mementoed is right. Memento and Toad. Well played, Ingrid. Next category. We're done for Monday. That was very high quality from everybody. That was a really, really, really good show. Listen, I think we know who's won. It was a very impressive performance. It's going to be a very high score as well. Very rare we see high teams, but I think we've seen them today. Our winner on Monday's House of Games is Ed Byrne. Look at that, 17
Do you
points.
see what you
Ed.
get? Do you see what you get?
Please deduct some points from
That's
that. Every time he does
I'm
that.
being told you'd lost 10 points.
It's going to be a long week.
Congratulations, Ed.
Thank you.
Well done for just storing that up till the end
Thank
of the
you
show
very
as well.
much.
Just
Thank
letting it out at the end. Great performance from everybody. Ed, you've won a prize. Which of these would you like to take home with you?
It's got to be the fondue set.
Oh, you're taking Ingrid's fondue set. Oh, sorry, Ingrid.
Is it? I'm going to call it Ingrid's fondue set as well every time we use it.
Congratulations, Ed. Very well played. You take a fondue set home. Let's take a look at our weekly leaderboards. As it stands at the moment, Ed, you're taking the maximum 4 points through. Ingrid 3, Matthew 2, and Ruby 1. Shall we do the same thing again tomorrow?
Come on.
Absolutely.
Let's see you all here, same time, same place. We'll see you as well, same time, same place, on the House of Games. Look, the most hated man on British television.
How smug he is.